Right. Hello again. Welcome to today's writing lesson. To be able to do this, you're going to have to have made sure that you've done yesterday's lesson, which was planning your story. Today, you're going to write your story, your version of the beginning of Wild Robot, from the moment the ship was on the water to it sinking, the crates crashing around in the ocean, and then being washed on shore. If you haven't done the planning yet, you're going to have a quick go at it now, looking at yesterday's email. Otherwise, you're going to struggle today. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. So we're going to bring together everything that we've learned so far. So we've planned what we're going to write. So you've got your ideas. And we're going to make sure we include these fronted adverbials and subordinate clauses, which we learned last week. If you didn't do any of this work because you've been struggling to get online, or if you just didn't have time, then you just have to make it up as you go along and just try your best. And I will remind you while I'm showing you what to do, what fronted adverbials and subordinate clauses are. Now, you're going to have to, first of all, let's share my screen for you here. You're going to, first of all, have to get your plan from yesterday. So here's mine, my Wild Robot planning sheet. If you can't find your planning sheet, it'll be in your work or your to-dos that you've already finished. So open it up. You're going to have to write it down, unfortunately, because you need, unless you know how to do a duplicate screen. So, for example, here's my planning sheet and here's the work for today. You need to be able to flick between the two. If you're using Google Chrome, you can duplicate the tabs and get back to, you've got both open. Failing that, just quickly scribble these notes down on a piece of paper. So the ocean description, these are your sentences, remember. Your storm description, these are your sentences, and your robot description. Quickly jot down what each sentence is going to be about so you can look at that sheet while typing on your story. So here we go. First page. This is in your to-do, your Wild Robot beginning. Here's to do, you've got a little think about, so make sure you used your plan. We'll come to the rest of them in a moment, but your plan is very important. I don't just want you to write a random story. You've got to write the sentences that you've planned out. So we'll stick a title in, Wild Robot. And then we've got a box here for an image. So I've made a gallery for you. So if you click on the plus, then we've got a lot of images here in the gallery to do with Wild Robot. There's some of rocks, there's some of broken robots, there's some of storms, we have some cargo ships, we've got some nice calm oceans, and we've also got some illustrations from the book itself. Because this is my front cover page, I'm just going to choose one of these that I like to go on my front cover. I think I'm going to go for this one. There we go. So choose that. Lovely. Looking good. Right, now who's doing this one? This is by Mr. Blick. So there's my front cover, Wild Robot. You can go to this, you can highlight it and click on the A. You can put it in the middle. You can make the font size bigger, probably even bigger still. There we go. You can change the color. If you want a nice greeny color to match the illustration, you can put it in bold. Beautiful. Wild Robot by Mr. Blick. So that's page one done. That took me a couple of minutes. That was the fun, easy part. Then we turn it over. And you've got, if you look back at your planning sheet, you've got 1, 2, 3 descriptions to write. So I suggest that you use a page for each one. So this page here, I'll just close that for a second. This page here, you're going to put an image to match the ocean. You can do all the images first, but I'm going to save it because the writing's fun and so is the images, but I think I'm just going to do one image time. But this page is going to be my ocean page. This will be my storm. And if you open one more, you've got your robot description here. So let's go back to the ocean. Let's add an image for the ocean. I've got a few. Now the story starts. It's going to be nice and calm ocean. Beautiful. And now I'm going to delete ocean because that was just to remind you. And I'm going to go to my plan and see what my first sentence needs to be. So my first sentence on ocean description is there was a cargo ship. So there was a cargo ship floating on the ocean. So there was a cargo ship. Full stop. Capital letter, full stop, simple sentence, there was a cargo ship. That's fine. Okay. Today is your first draft. So if you send me sentences like that, brilliant, it's a start. The next day, tomorrow, you will be getting feedback from me on how to improve it. But I know straight away that if I sent that sentence to myself, to your teacher, I'm going to send it back saying, could you not put a front adverbial of where or when there was a cargo ship? I'm just going to go for one calm summer's day, there was a cargo ship. One calm summer's day, there was a cargo ship. I can put some of the end, floating on the Pacific Ocean. One summer's day, there was a cargo ship floating on the Pacific Ocean. First sentence is done. So back to my plan. If you've handwritten if you've just scribbled your plan down so you know what you're going to write, then you can tick it off, cross it off. I know I've done that, so I'm going to delete it. Done. My next sentence is crates. So I need to write a sentence saying the cargo ship was full of crates. The cargo ship was full of crates. There we go. Next sentence, the cargo ship. Okay, there was a ship. The ship was full of crates. Full stop. There we go. Nice simple sentence. I'm happy with that. It's a good start. Can I put a front adverbial of where the crates were or how they were? I can put how they were, but I can put where they were. On the deck. On the deck, the ship was full of crates. If I look at my think abouts, front adverbials, yes. Subordinate clauses, oh, adjectives. I haven't described the crates, so. On the deck, the ship was full of huge wooden crates. Lovely. Fantastic. So back to my plan. That's the crates done. Now I'm going to describe the water. I keep doing that, I will stop doing that. Right, the water. So the water. The water was... Water was calm. Okay, not too bad. Can I improve that? The water surrounding the vessel. Now, vessel is another word for ship. The water surrounding the vessel was calm. A better word for calm. The water was quiet and peaceful. Lovely. The water surrounding the vessel was quiet and peaceful. Lovely. Okay, so that's the water done. Now let's do a sentence about the sun. So where was the sun? High in the sky. The sun was glowing like a golden... Nice. High in the sky, the sun was glowing like a golden golf ball. Love it. Very good, Mr. Lake. Well done. Right, let's go back. That's the sun done. Now I can write about the fish and the birds. So I'm going to put them in the same sentence. So I'm going to use an and, a conjunction here. So beneath the surface, multicolored tropical fish, exotic fish, large exotic fish, small shoals, that's what you call a group of fish, shoals of exotic fish were swimming. Get rid of my email. And hovering above the boat were snow white gulls looking for food. Boom. Right, let's have a look at my think abouts. Have I followed my plan? Well, yes, because I've go back to it, I can see that I've deleted it all now, so I've used my plan. That's excellent. Fronted adverbials, have I got where, when, or how? One summer's day, on the deck, high in the sky, beneath the surface, hovering above. Yes, I've got fronted adverbials, so no bother. Subordinate clause at the end, there we go, looking for food, floating on the ocean. Yep. Ambitious adjectives, I've got exotic fish, like a golden golf ball. The vessel was quite brilliant. Check. Have I got the right spellings? I can see that that's correct. And have I used capital letters? Yes, I have. So I'm happy with that. So now I can move on to my second box, which is describing the storm. So this is me describing the storm. So let's whack a picture in of a storm. I'm going to go for this one because I like the waves on that. Let's choose that. Looking good. And then exactly the same for the storm description. I will go back to my plan and put clouds. Suddenly, dangerous black clouds appeared on the horizon. Good sentence, that one, because I've got suddenly for how, I've got dangerous and black for my adjectives, and I've got a subordinate clause appeared on the horizon. Happy with that. I need to get rid of highlighted. I don't want this being underlined or bold. Very good. Back to my plan. Clouds is done. So now I would write a sentence about rain. So huge drops of rain began slamming on the ocean surface, something like that. Cross it off, move on. I'm not going to do all of this. I'm just going to stop there because I don't want to write the whole thing for you, but you just go through your sentence, through your plan, writing sentence after sentence after sentence, so that by the end, you've got you've got front cover, you've got a paragraph and a picture about the ocean, a paragraph and a picture about the storm, and a paragraph and a picture about the robot that was left in the crate. So I need to find a picture of a broken robot. I'm going to put the rocks. I'm going to choose that. Yeah, so that would go. So in the robot one, calm weather. So that would be as soon as the weather calmed down, as soon as the weather calmed down the next morning, as soon as the weather calmed down the next morning, my plan, robot graveyard. There was the rock pools had turned into a robot graveyard. And let's look what will be next, create intact. However, one crate was left intact. Boom. And then I would be inside the crate was a robot. The robot was making an alarming, piercing sound. It had a rusted torso covered in scratches. Long, springy limbs stretched out from the torso, and in the middle of its head were two bright red eyes. There we go. That would build up to a lovely beginning to Wild Robot. Have a go. Like I say, today's your first draft. So once you've had a quick go, send it to me, hand it in. I will give you some feedback. I will send it back to you so that tomorrow you will be able to edit it and improve it to make it even better. And then once that's finished, we'll move on to a different type of writing. Well done. Enjoy. I'm looking forward to seeing what you've written.